In this video, we are going to look at how to simplify a radical expression. In other words, we want a more simplified version of what you see without writing it as a decimal. So if we take a look at letter A here, this is problem 7 on your quiz review. We're going to take the inside of the radical, this 363, which is called radicand, and we're going to list off the factor pairs of it. And when we do that, we're trying to find the largest perfect square. So perfect squares are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, and so on. Okay, so we've got 1 and 363. Next one would be 3 and 121. 121 is a perfect square, and I'm not going to have any larger ones than that because the next highest number is 363, and well, that's not a perfect square. So what we're going to do then is you take the 363 and you rewrite it as the largest perfect square, I like to write that first, times its factor buddy, which is 3, meaning the other number that you multiply to get 363. Then from there you can split your radical up as a product and then simplify by taking the square root of 121 is 11 times the square root of 3. And that is simplifying a radical expression. If we take a look at letter C, where we are simplifying with a negative, for that we have to remember that we have an imaginary number I that we use to replace the square root of a negative 1. So the first thing I do, I'm taking the square root of a negative, is I rewrite it to be the number times negative 1. And then that's going to be where I comes in. So what I also have to do, though, is simplify the square root of 60. So I'm going to split that up. So then I have the square root of 60 I, because the square root of negative 1 is I. And now I have to look for a perfect square factor of 60. So I'm going to list off my factor pairs. I've got 1 in 60, 2 in 30, 3 goes in 20 times, 4 goes in 15 times, and then the last one would be 6 and 10. So the largest perfect square here is 4. So I'm going to take the square root of 60 and rewrite that to be 4 times 15. I can split that up to be the square root of 4 times square root of 15i. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 15 times I. And that's how the square root of negative 60 can be simplified.